Hi there Pisces, welcome to your reading for January 2025. We have quite the year ahead of us, I feel, so we're going to start with the astrological events of January 2025. Starting on December 30th and the 31st, we have a new moon in Capricorn, and the new moon is about planting the new seeds for this lunar cycle to come. Since it's in Capricorn, we want to set clear intention, evaluate our ambitions so that they align with your long-term visions. Consider responsibilities and take disciplined steps needed to achieve your goals. On the 1st to 2nd of January, depending on where you are in the world, the moon will enter Aquarius, and it highlights what needs to change. We're really starting this year with what needs to change, and this year is a year of change, isn't it? The beginning of any year is a fresh start for anyone. The 6th of January, Mars retrograde enters Cancer, and makes us focus on our own emotional needs. We have a full moon in Cancer this month on the 13th of January, and the moon rules Cancer, a fellow water sign of yours. Cancer is quite protective. Cancer is emotional, and it's asking us to make sure that we're taking care of our own emotional needs and tending to our emotional gardens. It's also asking us to tend or have a look at the emotional needs of others, if they align, if it gives you energy, if it's hurting you in any way. We're asked to really take a look at the connection that we have with the people around us. We have the sun entering Capricorn on January 19th, and it makes us focus on our future, our hopes, our dreams, and how we can push ourselves out of our comfort zone and find that rebellious spark within ourselves. We need to open up for the unconventional and push for new. The new moon in Aquarius, that's also in Aquarius, will be on the 29th to 30th of January. So we have both the sun and the moon pushing for new, pushing us out of that comfort zone. So we really need to embrace that new, fresh energy that it's just in the beginning of January, or throughout January, really. Looking at the numerology for 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. That's the last number in a numerological cycle. So it's the last number before the end, the maximum expression, and the beginning, because a circle doesn't have a beginning nor an end. So it's kind of when the end is weaving into the beginning. So we have 10 after 9, which is 1 and 0, the Fool and the Magician, which is the base of new creation and new adventure. So looking at the last time we had a number 9 as a collective collective number of the year was in 2016. So 2017 was the beginning and the end of that cycle. So it comes down to reaping what we sown, who you have become since 2017, integrating all the hard-learned lessons, closing out old chapters, achieving happiness for your own divine reason, to trust what no longer resonates with you, what no longer serves you, and what you need to shed to become the new you. Speaking of shedding, 2025 is also the year of the snake, and the snake always sheds its skin. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of new fresh energy coming into this new year. I have cleansed your space. I have meditated on your cards. I would like to cleanse the space with you before we begin the monthly reading of January 2025. I'm going to start with a Celtic cross, but before that, you will be hearing 3 loud sounds, and I will start now. Thank you so much. So welcome Pisces. We are going to have a look at the past energy you're bringing into 25. Oh, I started getting very dizzy then. I don't know if that's something that you have been feeling right now. Almost like I lost my words completely. I just felt like I was gonna almost not necessarily pass out, but I felt very very dizzy then. So if this is you, then this is a message for you. Maybe that's a past energy that you're bringing into. Maybe it's been a lot going on, because the world is a crazy place right now. But we want to have a look at the past energy, what you're bringing into January 2025, or what you're moving away from. Sorry. What you're moving away from in January of 2025. I'm asking Spirit to guide Pisces for their highest good. And we're looking at the Six of Cups. So the cups has to do with emotional habits, intuition, and healing. And the sixes are a journey towards harmony. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. Maybe coming from lots of nostalgia from Christmas, from New Year's. You've been having some happy moments. It's a card of reunion, past expectations, building a strong foundation for the future, the past and present meeting. But it's a card of past versus present, but you don't want to forget to live in the present moment here, Pisces. So that is really what the card, the energy that you're coming from. You know that you should be living in the present moment, but it's kind of nice to visit all those nostalgic memories that we have. It's covered in flowers, and the flowers are hard to grow, so maybe you've been really connected to this energy throughout Christmas and New Year's. We also want to look at the hopes and fears of Pisces Spirit. Could you please guide them for the highest good? Hopes are usually represented by a positive card. Fear is usually represented by a negative card. So we have a few cards in between that could be both a hope and a fear. Any card really could be a hope and a fear, depending on how they are presenting itself. I'm also reading intuitively, and also wanted to say that I don't necessarily read reverse cards as negative cards. Maybe it's just been a little bit of a blockage going on, or something that you need to work on yourself. But the pages is about new opportunities, experience. And this is a page of wands. The wands are about creativity and everyday willpower. So, it's a card of exploration, excitement, freedom, new creative projects, vision, and balancing. Balancing, an idea with execution. So maybe you're scared that you might not be able to balance your ideas with the execution. Maybe you have a fear about not being able to take the steps needed, or maybe you don't know where to start with this energy. Don't worry, all the reverse cards will go into the upright, so you will find a way around this. You will be able to find that balance, but right now you might be wondering if you actually will being able to balance your ideas with execution. Maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe that's a fear of yours. You don't know where to start. But the best way to start is just to start. Things you learn along the way. Like this channel is completely new. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I have a calling about doing this. So I will take the steps needed. Might not be the great videos, the best videos in the beginning, but I'm trying to figure out my way of how to interpret and my way about giving out messages in order to help people and to find help people find some sort of comfort, or even acknowledging what they're actually feeling. So it's just, the best thing to do is just to take a step to see where that makes you land. What is the present moment for Pisces Spirit? What is in the present moment for January 2025 for Pisces? I'm usually asking for one card, but we're getting two here, and it's about following your intuition. Temperance is number 14. It's about middle path, patience, finding meaning. What makes you really glow up inside? How can you find your meaning It's about finding balance through directing your energy, like knowing where to direct your energy. He's pouring into this cup, he's pouring into that cup. These two cups are energizing each other, we can say. That's what I'm getting from here. It's about adapting, cooperation, and meditation to find some sort of enlightenment. He has one foot in the ground here, being fully grounded, and one foot in the water, which is also represented by your subconscious, your feelings. But you also have the Page of Cups, and the pages, like we said here, is about new opportunity and experience. That might be a delightful surprise ahead of you. Your imagination, your inner child might be what's guiding you right now, what really sparks that feeling, and that's what I'm getting with those two cards together. Guidance from your imagination, but I really, since there's actually, he's got this hat on top, it almost looks like a fish, and he's got a little fish in the cup there. It's about your intuition. I don't feel like you're being guided by imagination. I feel like you're being guided by your intuition, not your imagination. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. And it's also a card that says ground to guide yourself, and this card is also about grounding yourself and finding that middle path and that balance. So that is the energy right now for you, Pisces. So really, Spirit is really asking you to follow your intuition and really see and connect to your inner child there. See the opportunities and not be scared of them. And you know, a child doesn't come with a manual when they're brought here to Earth. Everyone around the child and the child itself need to write that book themselves. Need to be writing those chapters, because it doesn't come with a manual. You need to figure it out yourself. In the crossing energy here for Temperance and the Page of Cups, Spirit, what do we have for Pisces, January 2025? What is the crossing energy here? Please have one card representing the crossing energy. I feel like there's a lot of energy popping in, asking me to use all decks at once, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Could I please have the crossing energy for Pisces, January 2025? Okay, thank you. Could I please have the crossing energy for Pisces here on Temperance and the Page of Cups for January 2025? Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are cards about waiting and higher purpose. Pentacles are about physical, material, security, stability, educational, about that is growing, is waiting for what you've been sowing to fully grow before you actually harvest it. So she's standing around here waiting for the flowers to completely grow and the pentacles to completely grow. It's a card about perseverance and diligence, patience. It leads to, the work that you're putting in will lead to a better future. A lot of what has gone into it is not fully done. You need to focus before reaping. It's about time and work together. So that is the crossing energy. Thank you, Spirit. So it's about waiting in a higher purpose. High purpose is also has to do with your intuition here. So you are maybe even waiting for the right time to strike here, Pisces. Maybe that's what's blocking you here as well. You don't really know when to, start actually doing what you want to do. You might know what you want to do, but you don't know when the right time to start doing it is. You can still take a lot of other steps in order to, let's say if you want to make videos on YouTube, there's a lot of other steps that you might be learning before you actually start doing that. Just using that as an example. Could I please have Pisces conscious thoughts? What is Pisces consciously working towards? Get a really good energy here about intuition, it being on your side, and you might need to just connect here with your groundedness to earth before you actually start going about. Some people will have already gotten past that and really grounded themselves. That's what I'm getting here. And some people might just really feel like they're getting started here. So I feel like you might be on different paths here. They might have grown different amounts, but there's still a little bit of waiting to come. What is Pisces consciously working towards here, Spirit? Could I please have a card representing Pisces conscious for January 2025? The Fool in reverse. The Fool is the first step of the Major Arcana. And it's, you know, the Major Arcana is the story of an individual's path towards completion. You might be in between an ending and a beginning here. The Fool is about, you know, taking that leap of faith, that innocence, that free spirit. He might not know what actually will be coming across his path. It could be dangerous, it could be blessings along the way, but he's willing to take that leap of faith. You also have this mountains in the background. It could be the challenges that's awaiting you, but it could also be, you know, challenges that necessarily mean a negative thing. It could also be a positive thing that you can learn from. It's actually a card of Aquarius. So this is when the sun enters Aquarius and the new moon enters Aquarius, I feel like you might be ready to take a step on an unconventional idea that you have. But since it's in the reverse, I feel like you're not really ready to take that leap of faith just yet, if that makes sense. Hold on. I don't think you're really ready to take that leap of faith just yet. Sorry, I just needed to plug in the camera there. I was losing battery quite fast. So you might not be ready to take that leap of faith just yet, but it's kind of like you're biding your time when to do it. But, you know, take your first step. You're not going to fall off the cliff if you're looking at the path that's going to be ahead of you, presented to you. If you follow your intuition, if you're guiding and connecting your mind with your heart and your gut, you're going to be absolutely fine. Also, it might be a question of being a little bit naive and not being willing to listen to or even seeing any possible, you know, issues in the path ahead. But just, you know, let your intuition guide you and you will absolutely be getting there. But I feel like there's a card of waiting here with the Fool as well, that you might not be willing just yet to take that leap of faith. But all the reverse cards will go into the upright, so you will be taking that leap of faith through January. What is going on in Pisces unconscious? Subconscious? Unconscious? The key to the mystery. Why are you not where you want to be right now? That is what we're looking at right now. Why are you not? I just feel like it's very clear. You're not really figured out maybe what you're doing, or you might not been able to figure out all the steps ahead. But could I please, Spirit, get the subconscious energy for Pisces, January 2025? Why are they not where they want to be exactly? And we have the 9, which is the end of a cycle, the 9 of Cups. And it's a card that, you know, it reflects elements of isolation, but also heightened awareness. Comfort, emotional stability, knowing your worth, not taking things for granted, finding fulfillment within. So since this is in the reverse, that is what you're waiting for. That is what you're waiting for. You might not be waiting for heightened awareness, but this reflection of emotion, some isolation going on maybe, knowing your worth, that might be subconsciously. You might not know if you actually worth this fresh start, but I feel like you are, Pisces. You just need to take those reins. I'm really thinking about this Chariot right now, and you need to take those reins. You are the one that decides. You need to know your worth, and that will also come from meditating and getting into contact with your emotions there, and not only living in the past and living on those happy memories or sad memories. Even that, you need to be present in order to take this step ahead. You know, it's a conscious thing, and you being present. You need to be in the present moment to take the step in the present moment. And once that step is done, it will be in the past. Nothing to dwell on. You just need to take the step. and you need to know your worth here. Could I please have any other cards to clarify the Nine of Cups here? Could I please have a card to clarify the Nine of Cups? I really feel like it's about you finding your own worth and be in that finding. Okay, so I usually take these cards because you can get some clarification in words here, and the really one thing that popped up here, I read through carelessness, I didn't feel it. I was reading through being unprepared. I got a little feeling of maybe that's what you're scared of, that you're not prepared enough, holding back. But what I really felt here was afraid to start something new. Folly, naivety, you have, it's the Fool again in reverse. So you might be lacking some sort of direction here, Pisces. You might be lacking some sort of, but you're afraid to start something new, and that's what's going on in your conscious mind, but it's also going on in your subconscious mind. So through this, we want to work with meditation and really getting into contact with ourselves again. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy of you here, Pisces? Your attitude towards January. Could I please have Pisces' attitude towards January? Five of Pentacles, and the fives are cards about change and possibility. This is not necessarily a positive card, it's not necessarily a negative card either. I just want to highlight in that. You know, it's the card could represent need, poverty, insecurity. I feel maybe a little bit of insecurity going on here. But, you know, these two people are outside in a snowstorm, and there is people inside this church willing to help them out if they are willing to open the door to ask for help. You know, it's about the chances you can use, that you can see the chances you can use. Like, if they just lifted their head, they could see that someone was in there and that they could actually go in and warm themselves and maybe even get something to eat. There is help available to the ones who choose to see and accept that they need help. Maybe you need help with something, Pisces, here. What do you need help with? You need to be the one. I feel like you know when I say that, and not at the same time. So I feel like it's a card of change and possibility, and that you know that there is a way about changing your circumstances right now, or you might even feel like, you know, you might be insecure about taking these steps, and because you don't know your own self-worth. But oh my goodness, just ask for help. Scorpio got something similar here, and I don't know if it's a water sign thing going on right now, but just be willing to ask for help for those people, from the people around you that you really trust. I'm gonna have another card here clarifying the Five of Pentacles. Thank you. So we got the Queen of Cups here, so I'm just going to read the top meanings here that you might need to hear. Compassionate, warmth, caring, intuition, healer, supportive, in the flow, empathy. This is also in the pile of explaining you right now. So if you don't know where to start, you might need to find someone can actually help you and give you a new perspective on things. You know, the Hangman in the tarot is a Pisces card, and us Pisces can, I'm a Pisces as well, can really get into our own heads about new projects or new ideas, and sometimes we just don't need to think so much. We need to be aware that there might be obstacles along the way, but we should not get into our own heads so much. That's really what I'm getting there. We want to have a look at Pisces environment, people around you, or the energies influencing you during January 2025. So you don't know if it's intuition or illusion guiding you right now. The moon is always shining in the darkness, and it's hard to find your way in the dark. But if you use the moonlight and you take small steps, you know, even baby steps, so you don't fall over. It's also a little crayfish out. I don't know why that is popping up in my head, but even taking small steps, maybe that's about it. Taking small steps. The crayfish got a lot of feet, right? tapering down this road towards this mountain, which will be the achievement or the challenge, and just be willing to learn from that. So taking small steps in the dark will help you still get to where you need to be. The moon is also the number 18, so 1 plus 8 is 9, which is the end of a numerological cycle. It's about, the moon is about the unconscious, illusions, secrecy. You know, it's also night here, and at night it's the time when dreams and fantasies rule. So maybe you need to actually take a look at what is a dream and what is a fantasy. But you know, you can achieve all the dreams that you want. Even, you know, speaking about the astrological events for January 2025, it's asking what steps do you need to take in order to achieve your dreams. You know, your dreams, dream big. You know, if you are dreaming about earning like $100,000 a month, and you're taking small steps towards that, if that is your goal, 100,000, then by the end of the year, let's say that, maybe you won't get to 100,000 per se, but maybe you will get to 60. Maybe you will get to 60. Maybe you will have 60,000 being able to save 100,000, and then you might be able to actually save 60,000. It's probably a lot further you would have come instead of setting the limit at, I want to save $40,000. It's a lot of money, right? But if your goal would have been 40, then you might have achieved 20. You know, if you set your goal high, you will reach higher than you would without a goal. And keeping it somewhat realistic, but allow yourself to dream at the same time. Okay? What is the short-term outcome for Pisces here through January 2025? Short-term outcome being weeks, months. Oh, thank you. We have the Four of Wands here. The Fours is about stability and consistency, so that is what you're gonna get as a short-term outcome. You know, it's about, this card is about community, home, gathering, celebrating your accomplishments, celebration, peace after hard work, family and community. So it's really celebrating your achievements here. So what you're laying foundations for in January will be a cause of celebration. You also have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, you know, the queens are expressing their power through creativity. She's a card about courage, magnetism, charisma, inspiring others through your own passions and desires. She's a natural leader, and she's you know, she's balanced. You are here choosing whether or not you want to be resentful or jealous of other people by comparing yourself, or if you want to lead from where you stand yourself. And speaking of the Four of Wands here, it's actually a card of celebration. So you should celebrate yourself, Pisces, there. That is really what I'm getting here. If you get the choice to be jealous and compare yourself to others, just look at what you can celebrate that you have achieved yourself. Can I please have the long-term outcome for Pisces from the energies of January 2025? The long-term being 3, 6 or 12 months from now. Can I please have the long-term outcome? What is the long-term outcome for Pisces from the energies of January 2025? We have the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers are about duality. Maybe there's even some love around the corner that you might be guided to meeting someone. But since it's in the reverse, I feel like you're not open to that right now. But, you know, the Lovers are the number 6, so maybe it's about 6 months from now. It's a card about partnership, union, and duality, like I said. Choice. Love is shown in a healed heart here. And since it's in the reverse, maybe that's not what you're looking for. Maybe you need to actually look into healing your own heart before you start getting into any love that's around the corner. It's also a card about inner harmony, about the yin and yang, you know, the balance, the flow of mutual energy, the flow. It's also, I really felt about the Chariot, you know, opposite forces pulling forward, and you need to get into an inner harmony here. But since it's in the reverse, it will go into the upright throughout the month, so you will find that inner harmony within. Sorry. Through that, you will probably find some new love around the corner, even partnership in business. Could I have another card here? Clarify. That's way too many. Could I have another card here explaining the Lovers for Pisces long-term outcome for January 2025? We got Judgment in the reversed. And like I said, I'm gonna read these words here, so maybe that's something that resonates with you. There might be some unfinished lessons. So unfinished lessons with the Lovers, I'm thinking there might be something from a past relationship or some trauma, or some a relationship with a parent or something that you need to work through. You also have self-doubt and self-loathing. Self-doubt will not get you anywhere. You need to get into contact with yourself. Ignoring and resisting the universe. That might be why it's in the reverse here, because you are not ready for it just yet. You might have a feeling about you not being ready, but it's about self-doubt, I feel. But you have the long term. You need to realize that you're worth celebrating, and you are worth being loved and cared for. And that's really what I'm picking up on. If you're working through this energy through the month, that will be some other cards going into the upright. You are compassionate. I really want to highlight this before we go and before I pull the last few messages. You're compassionate. You have warmth. You are caring. You got clear intuition. You're a healer. You're supportive. You're in the flow. And the word empathy. You're empathetic, Pisces. All right, I really hope this resonates with you. We're just going to finish by pulling some messages spirits want you to hear before we finish this reading. So what does Pisces need to hear for January 2025? What does Pisces need to hear? Spirit, could you please guide them for their highest good? What does Pisces need to hear? Thank you. Surrender to the divine in the full moon. So the full moon will once again be on the 13th of January in Cancer, so it might be getting quite emotional at that time, but you are asked to surrender to the divine. This is also what we've been speaking to throughout this reading. Surrender to the divine, surrender to flow, surrender to your intuition, surrender to your your self-worth, being self-worth and seeing that. Does Spirit have 2 more messages for Pisces, please? Could I please have 2 more messages for Pisces? Surrender to the divine. I really feel that. Surrender to the trust into the universe. The Fool will be able to take his first step. Oop. Okay, here. So Pisces, Spirit is also asking you to step outside of your comfort zone. Step out of that familiar thing that you know and throw yourself into something new, which we've also been speaking about through this reading. And we also have a new star is coming, which is quite exhilarating. We have the new moon being represented there as well, and we've got a new moon in Aquarius on the 29th to the 30th of January, but we also have a new moon in Capricorn in 30th to the 31st of December 2024. So we have quite a lot of confirmation here from the reading. So surrender to the divine, step outside of your comfort zone, and a new start is coming. Please embrace that new energy that you're going to get from the new year. I really feel like it's going to be quite an exciting year. Might be a bit scary, but it will be quite exciting. Hopefully something resonated with you there, Pisces. I'm truly grateful for your wonderful energy. And if anything resonated with you, please leave a like, please leave a comment. And hopefully I see you in February. please consider subscribing as well. And I see you later. Take care. Bye bye.